Hello everybody, welcome back to another Monday Mix. Now last week I gave you some of the figures for the commemorative coin sales. There was a few that I was still trying to compile, so I'll finish those off first. So we'll start off with the Memorial Definitive coin set that was brought out at the end of 2022, which had the special privy mark of the 26/22, which celebrated the birth year of Queen Elizabeth II, 1926, and her year of death, 2022. Now there was 11,490 of those sets sold. Now with regards to the Memorial 50p, there was a total of 199,796, and this consisted of 104,458 in the Royal Mint packaging, 89,489 in trade. There was a coin and stamp set of 1,870 and the strike your own of 3,979. For the £5 memorial, there was a total of 164,683. 119,954 were in the Royal Mint packaging, 41,537 were trade coins that were sent to the likes of like Change Checker, Coin Club, etc. And there was a coin and stamp set of 3,192. Moving on to the Platinum Jubilee. Now the coins themselves had two different obverses, some by John Bergdahl, some by Jody Clark. So we'll start by mentioning the Jubilee 50p with the Bergdahl obverse. This had a total of 396,443, and this consisted of a two coin set of 1,952, which had two 50p, the Bergdahl and the Jody Clark obverse. The bullion uncirculated Royal Mint packaging was 245,063. There was a trade on card coin, which there was 7,000 of those. Now I don't know what that means, but there was also trade coins themselves of 136,661 and a coin and stamp cover set of 3,517. There was also the special strike on the day of 2,250. That was done on the 6th of February 2022. Now the Royal Mint site actually says Jody Clark obverse, which is actually incorrect. Now moving on to the actual Jody Clark obverse 50p, there was 40,873 in the annual set. Trade coins 17,030. Strike your own of 4,636, which consisted of 4,069 between the 4th of January and the 13th of March, and also 567 between the 2nd of June and the 5th of June. And as I already mentioned, there was the two coin set, 1,952, total of 64,491. For the Platinum Jubilee £5, there was 10,000 in this premium packaging, and that consists of a 1977 Silver Jubilee crown as well as the new Jubilee £5 crown. Brilliant uncirculated packs of 264,721. Trade packaging of 43,679. There was a coin and stamp cover set of 2,820. And then there was a Jubilee crown set of 9,992. That came to a total of 331,212. And the Jubilee £5 that went into the annual sets, there was 40,873 and trade coins of 17,042, which gave a total of 57,915. Now my daughter Emma has just come back from Cardiff. She's been working in London quite a bit, but she went back home after the job had finished. But she did, in the meantime, go to Amsterdam for a few days trip. She came back with some coins for me. So they're all euros. So we'll start off with this 50 cent. Two of them are duplicates, of which this is one. This one is from Belgium, 1999, 50 euro cents. Mintage of 197 million. The only other duplicate was this one from Spain, 5 cents from the year 2000, and this had a mintage of 483,500,000. And then we've got two from France. All the rest that I'm about to show you are needed for the collection. So 50 cents. This one's from the year 2000. This had a mintage of 179,496,013. And I've also got one from the year 2001. And this had a mintage of 276,252,287. Now, believe it or not, the only coin from the Netherlands she has is this 10 cents. So this is quite like an up-to-date one from 2022. And this had a mintage of just 2 million. Next, we move to Slovenia, and this is from the year 2007, which is just there. Again, a 20 cent. Mintage of 37,150,000. Another 50 cents. This one is from Belgium. The year again 2007. Mintage of exactly 5 million. This one is a bit on the mucky side. This one is actually from Malta, from the year 2008. It is 20 cents. And this had a mintage of exactly 40 million. Got another 5 cents. Now this one, when I first looked at it, I did see FUMF euros, which is 5, thinking it might be German, but then I saw the little flowers in the middle. I thought, no, it's got to be Austria, which it is. 5 cents, year 2002. And this had a mintage of 217 million. This one is actually a commemorative coin from the year 2009. It's a €2. Again, it's a bit on the dirty side. It was a circulating commemorative, mintage of exactly 8 million, and this celebrates 10 years of the EMU, European Monetary Union. This one is very shiny. At first I thought it might be out of a bunk set. This is from Germany, 20 cents. From 2021, mintage of 20,720,000, and it's probably a bit hard to see, but just underneath the date we've got the letter G, which is the mint for Karlsruhe. And last but not least, we've got a €1, again from Germany. This one is from the year 2005, and that one has a little letter J there, which is Hamburg mint. And this is a mintage of 59,930,000. Next up is what happened on this day. So I've only got a few bits this week. I thought I'd cut it down. But first up, we've got on July the 8th, 1951, the birth of Angelica Houston, the American actress. She was in things like the Addams Family as Morticia. She also starred in a film called Watcher in the Woods. It was actually a remake of an earlier film of the same title, but it was actually a film that Emma was actually involved in. She did some of the set work on that as well. Also born on this day in 1958, Kevin Bacon. the American actor, most famous for the films such as Footloose and Apollo 13, and now he's the face of EE's advertising campaigns. Events-wise, in 1497, the explorer Vasco da Gama set sail from Portugal for his first voyage to India. And also in 1996, the Spice Girls released their first ever single, Wannabe. Now next up is, in case you've missed it, the next Change Checker 50p swap is to be held at the Royal International Air Tattoo at the RAF Fairford in Gloucester between the 19th and the 21st of July. Now I've read that the Saturday tickets are actually sold out, but I'll put a link in the description box below that should take you directly to the Air Tattoo website if anybody is interested. I believe the 50p swap's still going to be the D-Day coin, but there's going to be 1 hour on each of those days where somebody can actually win a silver D-Day coin. Now I didn't mention it last week when I showed the Red Arrows set, but they were actually formed in 1964 at the RAF Little Rissington in Gloucester, but they did actually move later on in 1964 to RAF Fairford, so I'm presuming they will be included in the Air Tattoo display at some point. Of course, they are now stationed at the RAF Waddington in Lincolnshire. And also today, the new Strike Your Own is going to be the Team GB and the Paralympics GB. So that is actually from today, the 8th of July. I don't know how long that's going to run for. Obviously, the Olympics are due to start at the back end of the month. I have actually sent away for the colourised version after seeing Rich H's post on Facebook and obviously Bungle's post on Instagram. So hopefully I'll be getting that for next week's viewing. Right, I'm just going to get rid of these coins and then we'll move on to the next bit. Now, I was asked in one of the comments last week how I actually store my pre-decimal coins. The simple answer is in Whitman folders. I've got quite a few. Got the farthings. Actually, I'll just bring the light in a bit. This is 1937 to 1956. Last year that they were actually minted 1956, although there was still legal tender up until the end of 1960. So I've actually got a full set of those. This half pennies from 1937. Again, should be a full set. So I think Paul from Coin Patrol will be quite happy that they aren't in flips. I've got a fairly new one here. This is again half pennies. I've only got the one in there, so I'm going to have to look into getting some of the Victorian ones. This is half pennies 1902 to 1936. Again, very few. That's one there with a hole in it. 1929. I've still got to get an 1860 to 1880 pennies folder. I mean, there's a few in here that don't actually belong. I mean, there I've got an 1862, but it's actually in the 1881 slot. I've got a few like that because I didn't have anywhere to put them at the time. I mean, that one there, 1918. The only reason I put that in there is got these weird little stamps on it. I don't know what they are. I'll just put it in the 1887 slot for the moment. Then I've got 1902 to 1929. A few more here. Just missing the 1919 KN, as you tend to do. 1930 to 66. I've got a few missing here as well. Just need the Type 2 obverse, 1950 and the 53 obverse and the standard coin. A nice silver threepence folder. So we're starting from it says 1901 to 1910, but first one was 1902. Still a few little gaps, but they're all silver. Some of them 0.925 and some are 0.5. Now I've got a few sixpences here, but this is just like a secondary book, as is the florins. Again, this is just a secondary folder. Got the brass threepenny bits. Now, although they do look very shiny, I think some of them have actually been polished up. Only missing 1949. So I've got right up to 1967. I do have the 1970 that was only released in proof set. Shillings, again, got 3 of those, mostly empty. And then I've got a couple of half crowns, again, mostly empty. The reason being that I bought these from Cambridgeshire Coins. So this one is the sixpence collection, if I can get it open. But again, quite a lot of gaps, because most of them are all silver. That only goes back to 1872. Shillings starts at 1925, but again, not many of the early years. I mean, a few of these are 0.5 silver. I've got one here that's just fallen out. There's that one from 1935, so he lives there. But, all the other years I've got from 1948 all the way up to the end of 1966. So there was no shillings issued in 1967. Then I've got one for the 2 shillings, or the florins. Again, most of the later years I've got, and very few of the early years, and that only goes back to 1905. And last but not least, the big album. I love the half crowns. This one he started in 1919, and the earliest one I've got is a 1921. But again, all of the later years I've got. That 1967 is looking a bit toned. Well, the others look fine. Now, I always like to include a #1 song that was at the top of the charts in a certain year. From 2022, 8th of July, we saw Kate Bush reach #1 with Running Up That Hill. It was her 3rd week at #1, having entered the chart on the 23rd of June. But this song was originally off the Hounds of Love album. The album itself reached #1 way back in 1985, but the single only reached #3 in the UK charts. But due to the Netflix show Stranger Things, the song gained popularity in 2022, and Kate Bush only had her 2nd ever #1. 44 years since the last #1, Wuthering Heights, way back in 1978. Way back in 2014, we saw the #1 song Oliver Heldens and Becky Hill with Gecko and Overdrive. Originally done without lyrics by Oliver Heldens, but Becky Hill asked if she could add some words to the song, and this is what came about. It was only at #1 for 1 week. That leads us quite nicely onto the last bit, because you do find geckos in Gibraltar, but you also find coins as well. So I sent away for this from the Gibraltar Mint itself, and I got the Christmas coin from 2023 with the Raphael McCloof portrait. So this will have been minted at the Tower Mint in London. It's got snowman being built there by 2 children. Now, what price do you think I paid for this? Well, they're on eBay for around about £6 odd, I think. I got this for the princely sum of £1. But obviously, coming from Gibraltar, you do have to pay postal rates. And the postage, because it had to be signed for, was £7.60. So no, I didn't pay £8.60 just for that coin, because I also got this as well. So I only paid £30 for this. Now again, eBay, you can find it for about £39 minimum. I've seen some going for £50, £60. But this is the 2023 limited edition Gibraltar currency coin collection. I think, if I remember right, there was only about 2,000 of these minted. It does actually say the world's first and the world's last. Now, the world's first meaning that it's the first time that a Gibraltar coin set has been included in its entirety, with coins from the penny right up to and including the £5 coin. So this has got the Gibraltar coat of arms. It does look yellow because it is. It's made of nickel brass. And again, we've got the Mackem portrait on. So design specifications. So we've got every single one from the penny, the 2p, 5, 10, 20, 50, £1, £5, and obviously the £2. So the Gibraltar coat of arms, metal, whatever that is, alpaca metal. Never heard of that before. So let's have a look, see what we've got. So I'll zoom in. So the cipher of King Charles III is on the penny. 2p shows Windsor Castle. The 5p, it's got the Sovereign's Orb. 10p, it's got the Sovereign's Sceptre, and I think that's supposed to be like the inside of Westminster Abbey. And this 20p, it just says crown and inscription reading, long to reign over us, God save the King. Don't know if I can zoom in any further. Yeah, you just see it around the outside. It doesn't say what crown it is. I don't know if it's the St Edward's crown. Then we'll move on to the big boys. So 50p, Westminster Abbey door, and this has the inscription around the edge, the coronation of His Majesty the King Charles III, 6th of May 2023. That is a fabulous design, that. And going back to the bit that says "and the world's last" is this £1 coin. Now, Gibraltar have had round pounds, as have the Isle of Man, for quite some number of years, but this is the last time the round pound will be seen in Gibraltar. So from this year, 2024, they've changed to the 12-sided coin, just like we have in the UK. So this £1 has got the coronation chair and inscription reading round the outside, long to reign over us, God save the King. Again, that one's nickel brass. And lastly, the £2, again, it's got the Gibraltar crest and the inscription around the outside, His Majesty King Charles III, God save the King. And on the obverse, got the Raphael Mackem portrait again. And on the back bit, it's got some facts about Gibraltar. If you want to pause the video and read that, you can do. There's Bungle looking out from his rock. And that is not Raphael Mackem, by the way. I think it was this Sir Joe Bassano. So they're the definitive coins of Gibraltar. But I believe they are circulated, but these aren't. These are brilliant uncirculated. But next to the Isle of Man, I love the Gibraltar coins. So tell me what you think. So if you want to buy one of them, I suggest going to Gibraltar Mint. You can get them from Gibraltar Stamps, but I think it's a lot more. And Rock Numismatics, I don't think actually have them on sale. So Gibraltar Mint is probably the way to go. So until the next time, thank you for watching. Keep on hunting, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.